Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the TheTecherz. My name is Surmeet, and I hope you're having an amazing day. For today's video, we are gonna learn more about operators. Okay, so let's start with operators, basic mathematical operators, and this is where we left off last time. I'm gonna start from here. Um, First of all, I'm gonna make this as a comment. And okay, so what I'm going to show you is first of all we have five basic operators, five basic mathematical operators. One of first is plus for addition, minus for subtraction, star for multiplication. This is for division, and then last one is where what we have is a modulus. Now, what does a modulus do? Basically, I'm going to show you here. So, our normal divide is to get the result of division, uh, which is the quotient of the division value. And the modulus, the percentage sign, is for getting the remainder. I'm going to Okay, I'm going to show an example right here. So, for example, we have to divide 11 with 3. Okay, so what we know is 3 threes are 9, and the remainder would be 2. So this is our quotient part, 3, which we get with a normal divide sign. And in order to get this remainder 2, we use the percentage sign. Okay, now let's get back to our code window. Okay, the way we write this, and this percentage is mainly used for integer values, because uh, if we do normal divide in this normal divide in float or double, it will give us a decimal value until it becomes until the remainder is 0. So we don't need the percentage in that. But in integers, the example that I showed, that only happens for normal integers which doesn't have a decimal point. That's when we that is the only time when we need the remainder, which we use modulus. So I'm going to use an example. So if we have to do a mathematical operation, so like we are adding two numbers, this is how we're going to do. So I'm going to use x, y, and z integers. I'm going to make this as a comment, and we are going to accept two values from the user. So just to make it, remember, we are making our program as readable as possible for the user. So I'm going to write enter the first number, percentage d, and x. So I'm going to use x for my first number. Copy here, enter the second number. I'm going to take the value of y. Now after this, I'm going to perform addition. For example, addition. Now remember, it's not like we write like a normal mathematical operation, like z is equal to x plus y and then semicolon. We terminate our statement with a semicolon. Now it looks like a normal mathematical equation, but there are certain rules. Not rules, it's just the way the computer understands the languages. Whatever is on the left side of the equal, for example the z, we're gonna that's the variable that we are using to store the value of whatever operation is happening on the right side of the equal sign. So that would be x plus y. Now printf value, now value after operation. So after add is equal to percentage d and z. Alright, so that will become a program. Let's try and run it. Okay, let's try and run this one. So first number, for example, I'm going to give 5, second number 7, value after add is 12. That's how we do it. Alright, now coming back to our code, similarly, we can write x plus y, x minus y, x multiplied by y, x divided by y, or x modulus y. That's how we do. Now there are certain other operation like increment or decrement operators, which means like if we want to increment a value of any variable or decrement or any value any variable's value by one, that means for example x, we want to add 1 in x or minus 1 in x, we can write it as, we can also write this as x plus plus for plus 1 or x minus minus for minus 1. We can write it either after or before. The only difference between after and before is if we write it before, it's gonna add the value in x first and then it's gonna store the value, and if we write after, that means it's gonna first store the value of x and then it's gonna increment. On a longer program it doesn't make any difference, but for example if we are using it as an in a printf statement, printf percentage %d, for example if we have written it here and for example x is equal to 5, over here it will print 5 and after that the value of x will become 6. But on the other hand, if we have before, it will print the value of x as 6. Alright, so there's another way which is called this is called an increment and decrement operators. There's another way which is a shorthand operator. We can also write it as plus equals to 1 if we want x is equal to x plus 1. This shorthand operator can also be used for statements like x is equal to x plus y. We can write this as x plus equals y as well. So these are our shorthand operators. Okay. Okay. So next we have our what we call as relational operators, which means it takes the relation of a statement, like less than, greater than, equal to. But since we are already using equal to assign a value into a variable, for equal we use double equals if we have to check if x is equal to y, we use double equals. Then similarly less than equal to or greater than equal to. And if we want like two statements to be true, like if 1 and 2 both statements are true, we use double and. Or if we want either one of the statements to be true, we use this as or if we want to check if it's not, we just use this not or not equal to. Okay guys, so we're gonna learn how to use these relation operators when we are learning more about how to write conditional condition statements. So for now, let's make a program which can actually uh, do all the mathematical operation on just integer numbers. All right, so we got our two numbers, and I'm gonna just delete some unnecessary lines, and let's do some mathematical operation like z is equal to x plus y. Then we're gonna print the value, same copy, oh sorry, and also slash n, which will be for next line, slash n. This will become, now next would be minus after subtract. Then again next operation would be multiply after multiply. Then again slash n for the next line, just so we don't get confused. Otherwise, if we don't do slash n, it will print everything in the same line, and our code, our result will get hodgepodge. Next, divide, value after divide, and last would be our remainder. So over here I'll just write remainder value slash n. This is not completely n. Alright, we're gonna save this and run. Okay, let's see how our output would be like. So again, we take numbers. Let's take some bigger numbers, like first number 13, second number 25. So it shows value after add 38 minus. So since the second number is bigger, it will go minus 12, multiply 325, value after divide 0, because our quotient will be 0. It can't divide both our prime numbers, and the remainder value would be 13. So first number would be 25, then 13. Now we get different values. So yeah, so the second number is your divisor, and the first number is what we have to divide. So it would be 13. 13 would be our divisor, and 25. So 13 ones are 13. That would be our quotient, and the remaining remainder left would be 12 out of that. So that's how division works. Alright guys, so that's it for today. What the operators are, how the operators work. Yeah, we're gonna cover more after we learn how the conditional statements are done, and next time what we're gonna learn how to write those conditional statements like if, else, and all that, all those statements. All right, see you next time, and if you like the video, do give a like and subscribe, and if you have any feedback, do let me know. If everything is covered up, or if you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section. All right, see you next time. Thank you for that. All right, cheers, bye.